Hello, and welcome to Show of Hands Hangout number 23. I did get the number right, it turns out. Um, we've got a few new people, and a few people that you recognize pretty well by now. And I'll have everyone quick, just introduce yourselves, the normal thing. Say who you are on the app, uh, how long you've been on, and what you'd like us to call you here. Start with Cameron.
I'm the Cameron on the app. You can just call me Cameron. I've been on the app since 2011, and I started in August 5th, 2011 to be exact. So it's about over 3 years. I'm also a high school senior, going to be starting at UCF in the fall, and I'm a huge Game of Thrones fan.
And this is ours.
My name is Mrs. Sarcastic. You can call me Mrs. Czar or Mrs. Sarcastic. And I've been on the app since January of this year.
I'm Czarcastic on the app. You can call me Czar, you can call me Captain, or you can call me Skipper.
Skipper.
I've been on the app since July of 2012. I'm getting married in October, and I have chronic hemorrhoids.
Really?
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm not getting married.
Skipper, what are the odds that you're going to change your name to Mr. Sarcastic then?
I'm sorry?
Will you be changing your name to Mr. Sarcastic?
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Anyway. Oh, probably not, no. I came along first.
Are you?
You're mute.
You have no audio.
Beardman.
No escucho. You might have to try restarting your Hangouts. I don't know that you can hear me. But
Kyle, did you mute him?
I didn't mute him, no. He just muted himself. When I first came on, I couldn't talk or hear anyone, but I had to restart it. That's why I disappeared.
Well, we'll come back, Beardman, to you.
Do you want to text him real quick?
Yeah.
Just say duck out and jump back in.
Right.
Kyle, you're up.
Hi, I'm MrLucchese on the app, Kyle in real life, or MrLucchese. Yeah, creative, I know. I've been on the app since January 24th or 25th, depending on where you check, of 2011. And, yeah, that's about it.
Do you have hemorrhoids?
No, I'm just recently unemployed.
Wow.
They're not related, are they?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're related. Like, if someone in the room has hemorrhoids, you end up unemployed.
That's true.
But only if you quit your job, not get fired.
It sounds like there are variations on a pain in the ass, though. It's like that Tribon Tuesday thing, right? Where's blue coffee? Are you? Let's try it again.
No,
Nothing.
he can't hear us probably.
No escucho.
Nothing at all.
You're back.
Billy.
I guess I'm up. I am Achilles2340 on the app. You just call me Achilles. Fun fact about myself, I'm a senior in high school as well, and I have no idea where I'm going. So, yeah.
No idea, as in...
At the moment.
No idea which college I'm going to go to, but I am going to go to a college, definitely.
No idea as in you haven't narrowed it down, or no idea as in you haven't applied?
Uh, I've definitely applied. I'm still waiting to hear back from a few colleges.
Okay.
So I think it's really only down to 3 or 4 colleges. So.
You laugh, but it's at this point of my senior year of high school that I applied to college.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Kind of applied. Kind of applied. You're up, honey.
What?
Sorry.
I am mommapomba on the app. That's really all I got.
Okay.
I don't know what else am I supposed to do.
What are your interests?
I don't know. I can't think today.
What is your favorite color?
Gray?
Oh, okay.
So symbolic.
I was hoping for something like turquoise or, some
No.
random color.
It's charcoal gray.
Nice. That's a nice color.
I
It's my
enjoyed it.
favorite color too.
So, yeah. We're all getting over being sick, so
Oh.
I apologize if I cough a lot.
Ryu is restarting his computer, so he'll be back on in a minute.
Okie dokie,
And I'm Firefly 5 on the app, which is just fine. Any variation of that, my name's Gaiden. I'm fine with that too. I've been here a while, but not nearly as long as a few of you, it seems like. But that's alright. I don't really have anything else about myself at the moment. I'm also recently not sick, so at the moment most of my interests are food, because I haven't really eaten anything before today in a few days. So that's all I've got. But let's start up. Let's start with a couple of would you rathers. Would you rather? That's a nice one. Would you rather have Mondays off or Fridays off? Assume it's like a guaranteed paid vacation day every week. You don't have to worry about lost revenue or anything. Start with the czars.
I'd rather have Mondays off because you get to the end of the weekend or you get to the end of the week and you're at the weekend and then it's like, hey, I get 3 days off, so I definitely would take the Monday.
And Mr. Skipper?
Just skip, please. Just skip. Thank you. I would go with Fridays just because I've been working Fridays ever since I was like 18, and I still do. So if I could get paid to not work on a Friday, that'd be really cool.
Have you not been working Mondays since you were 18?
I've not been working Mondays.
On Mondays, you said Fridays because you've been working on Fridays since you were 18. Have you not been working on Mondays?
I work on Mondays occasionally.
Oh, okay.
But my most of the action takes place on the weekends.
Sure. Oh yeah, with that especially. No lost revenue on a Friday might be a really nice thing for you.
Agreed.
Kyle.
Yes.
With no lost revenue at all, would you rather always have Mondays off or always have Fridays off?
Fridays. More people go out on Fridays or do anything on Fridays than Mondays. People hate Mondays.
Can you hear us?
Can you hear me?
Hey,
Yes.
there.
Hey.
Real quick, who you are?
Mm-hmm. Hey, are you in one?
Regular introduction stuff, and then I'll ask you a quick question.
Oh, great. Are you going to be seen on the app? Been on the app since 2011, July 2011, and that's all I got for you today. What's your question?
You're guaranteed no revenue losses Would you rather always have Mondays off or always have Fridays off?
Mondays and Fridays, you said?
Yep.
No, I'm going Fridays.
Why Fridays?
Because I alternate Mondays and Fridays off right now, as it is, and I think I enjoy my Fridays off more than Mondays. I like the fact that I'm going to work. I don't, on Thursday when everybody was like, "Oh, one more day," I'm like, "Screw you." So that's kind of nice. But on Monday, you're coming back to work Tuesday. Everybody's already been kind of getting the day going, the whole week going, and so you're like one day behind. It feels like, and so I prefer my Fridays off.
How about you, Cameron?
I don't really work, but as far as school goes, I definitely want Fridays off just to get a start on the weekend. And same thing with what Kyle said, people taking that day off more and going out more that day. So definitely Fridays.
Achilles, are you a Friday guy?
I am a Friday guy as well. I do actually work, but I only work on Fridays and some other days, but mainly Fridays. So it's basically like going to work, actually not even going to work. It's like skipping working and still getting paid. So yeah, of course I'd go with Fridays. And
Called unemployment.
besides, I can plan, more trips and stuff like that. Actually, have fun on 3-day weekends. So yeah, definitely Fridays.
Yeah, I work 4/10s, and I wouldn't give up working 4/10s for a normal 40-day week, a 40-hour week, or anything. 4/10s is the bomb, in my opinion.
Oh, I used to get my entire work week in what was that? At CC? Was that 3 days? In 3 days. I used to get my entire work weekend in 3 days, and before kids and stuff, it's totally a legit thing. After kids, it becomes less of it.
Yeah,
That's
because then you have to be home with them.
In time space, that makes a difference.
I would take Mondays off. That's all I got.
Because you don't like people.
I don't know. Everybody complains about Mondays. Although having Monday, not doing our regular Monday thing yesterday was really weird. It was really trippy. Like I kind of felt like it through the rest of. Maybe I'm a Friday. Yeah, Friday. Yeah. Okay.
I'm Friday. If it's for teaching classes, by Friday no one's really paying attention anyway, and that's a nice time to, or not. It's a nice thing to not have to deal with. If it's for research and whatever, then whatever. No, Fridays. If you get Mondays off, then when you show up on Monday, everyone hates you. If you get Fridays off, then everyone hates you on Friday, but by Monday they're kind of over it. I don't know. That's my thought anyway.
Yeah, if I could give up teaching my Friday kids and still get paid, oh yeah, man, I would still give up Friday. Yeah. Those kids drive me to, I don't know what.
You know exactly what.
You know exactly what.
Would you rather be released from a height of 500 feet or be released from a depth of 500 feet?
I don't get it.
One way you're falling,
Yeah?
and the other way you're trying to rise.
Resurfacing.
You're probably going to die in both cases.
Oh.
I mean, I can't imagine you wouldn't, but you're either going to die from falling from 500 feet or from being released from 500 feet underwater.
I'm falling.
Yeah.
I've almost drowned before, and that hurts a lot. And it's not awesome. And you can almost see that you're there. You think you're almost there, and you're not. And you give yourself false hope. And it burns. It's terrible. I know we've talked about falling and bones and all that crushing and stuff. But at least I feel like you'd be like, I'm free until you're not.
I have a question about it, though.
Yeah.
If I'm falling, can you give me something that will surface me at the same rate of speed in which I would fall? So an inflatable device that would get me from the bottom to the top in the same rate of speed that I would fall.
How fast of a swimmer are you?
Well, at 500 feet, you're never going to make it to the top swimming. Yeah. But if you have an inflatable, you could possibly make it.
Well,
You
that's
have like one of those little blow-up dinosaur ones that you put around your waist.
There you go. Like a little Barney. Yeah.
Yeah, but you'd still suffer from like pressurization issues. I mean, if you rise too quickly to the top, you know,
The bad
things will happen. Bad things will still happen.
Good night.
Right. I have a little bit of experience in this actually. When I was on submarines, we actually had to do training of an escape hatch where the simulation was, you know, it wasn't 500 feet, but it was supposed to be simulated. It was only, I don't know, 70 feet or something. And but the whole thing was you put on this really inflatable thing. They actually call it a stinky hood, which is aptly named actually. And then when you get released out of the escape trunk, you shoot up, and you scream the entire way up as loud as you can, as hard as you can, in hopes to get enough pressure out of your lungs so they don't blow up while you repressurize. So I don't know if it'd work, but I know I'm going to die if I hit 500 feet. Whereas if I go up, I might make it. There's a chance.
There's a chance. It takes between 5.5 and 6 seconds to fall 500 feet.
Right, and so I would need something that could get me from the bottom to the top in 5.5 to 6 seconds.
Yeah, I think in that case that's a guaranteed you're going to make it. I mean,
that would hurt a lot too. That's really fast in the water.
It would hurt a lot.
You could probably get some water in your nose a little bit.
I think that's the thing you're most worried about too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still falling.
I'm still falling.
Hate water at my nose. Here.
How about you, Kyle? What are you doing?
Dying.
This is true.
I really don't care enough to pick an answer.
Wow.
Sorry. No, actually, I really don't like heights, so I'll go with the ultimate drowning.
The ultimate drowning.
Extreme drowning. Great.
How about you, Achilles?
Oh, I don't know. If I had an inflatable like RU said, I might take rising to the surface, just because I stand a better chance. But if I don't, definitely falling because I have a subtle fear, not a giant fear, but just a subtle fear of drowning. So.
My fear's not so subtle.
You know, and the other thing is if you're submerged and you do make it up and you do have problems with the bends, they can still put you in barometric pressure or whatever those things are called, the chambers, and depressurize you.
That's true.
You could be like, what was it, Lara Croft? She punched a shark. That worked for her, didn't it?
Oh, great. We're referencing movies as our life-saving opportunity.
What I'm saying. How about you, Cameron?
I'd take the fall
See,
just because I think it would be less painful.
I don't know. I mean, it's a lot.
What?
I think it'd be a better feeling up until you died.
Oh my cow.
You know what I'm saying? Because anybody skydived? No? Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Oh. Well, I highly recommend it if you haven't, and you should because it's amazing. But that feeling, it's great, and so if you can just kind of ride out that feeling until you hit the ground.
Yeah, but what if you land on a bunch of trees and you get impaled?
Well,
and all
there's
that fun stuff, and then it's a slow death after that too, and it's just no.
I kind of feel like you're at a loss if somebody's like, I'm going to shove you off of this thing or you're going to get stuck at the bottom of this whatever.
Yeah.
Impaling, I don't know. It's true, though. That would be horrible. You think you
Yeah.
almost made it, and then you, like, land on a fence? Seriously?
Yeah. But if you land on a flat surface like concrete, it'll be pretty quick, relatively.
What if you
So-
land on a child?
Let's hope that they're fat, then.
For interested parties, if you're gonna make it up in 5.6 seconds, which is what it would take for falling, you would hit a speed of a little more than 120 miles an hour by the time you're.
Okay, that's a bad call. That's a bad call. We don't want that to happen.
That's probably tearing stuff off of you.
No, you probably wouldn't have face left by the time you got to the top.
No.
That'd be good news for me. I wouldn't have to look at my face in the mirror anymore.
Aw,
Aw.
sad. Come on.
Oh, come on now. You look so fancy today. What?
You always
What's
look
with all this bad
What's
attitude?
with the tie?
I didn't get undressed when I got home.
This completes his fishing for compliments ensemble.
Yay!
He got all dressed up for us.
I did.
Always
I just
fancy. Always.
not always. You don't see me. Like honestly, I'm wearing pajama pants.
Just kidding.
That's
I knew
awesome.
you were conference.
The second I walk in the door, I get at least partially informal. I will never stay fully dressed unless I'm going right back out.
Well, the first thing that came off were the pants.
Yes.
Always.
Oh, always.
Got it.
Always.
But I really love the formal up top, comfort down bottom. Says a lot, man.
Thanks. I mean, like, if I'm careful, no one would know that I'm wearing pajama pants, but I don't care enough to make sure no one cares, so.
And technically, I'm still holding a grudge against you because you didn't take a picture of the ribs that you had the other night.
Oh, I know. I'm sorry.
Okay, I digress real fast about ribs. You did a poll, Beard Man, about them, and I honestly don't know what the difference is.
Well, actually, let's see if somebody else knows a better answer. I know that it is just a different section of the ribs, I think. But does anybody know the difference between the spare ribs and the baby back?
The spelling.
Shut up.
Good point. That settles it.
I didn't know.
I would figure Achilles would know this. He's like the rib
No,
guy. He's
I'm
like,
not much of a rib guy. I'm barbecue, but not much of a rib guy.
That's right. You told me there's a difference. I forgot. Sorry.
They are different cuts, which is probably the most generic answer. And in general, spare ribs can be either St. Louis ribs or rib tips, which rib tips are basically the end. Baby back ribs tend to be more expensive, they tend to have less meat on them, and they also tend to be less fatty.
That's true. Less gristle in a baby back rib as well.
Yeah, I prefer spare ribs, which is what I mean.
Good to know. Thanks.
Did we ask Cameron?
We didn't ask. Yeah, he said he was falling.
Oh, yeah, that's
And
right. That's right.
The czars didn't answer.
As a side note, I like your hair, Cameron.
Oh, my hair?
Uh-huh.
Oh, thanks.
Czars, are you two falling or drowning?
Falling.
/ getting your face ripped off?
Oh, right.
I'll fall. I won't. Oh, I don't want to drown. That's the worst way to die.
Really? I would think burning to death would be worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, I
hate
would think
burning.
burning to death is probably up there too.
Burning to death while you're drowning would really suck.
Ooh,
It's a little
napalm.
impossible.
Underwater napalm, yeah.
Underwater napalm. Yep, some phosphorus grenade issue. Yeah, not good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would fall, definitely.
Yeah, I would fall too.
What was that? Captain, speak up.
I said I would fall. Just in the
Are
interest
you
of moving
falling
on.
together?
I would fall just because the scenery would be better on the way down as well as on the way up.
It wouldn't be worse, that's for sure. He did.
What are you doing?
Oh, I'm falling for sure. I thought that I would be falling even when there was no flotation device in play. But now after like some numbers, now I'm definitely falling.
Yeah, I would highly recommend not rising to the surface that fast. That'd be bad.
Would you rather... Which one? Would you rather be shushed by an entire restaurant or fall into the lobster tank at Red Lobster?
Shushed.
What was the other?
It's hard.
Did this actually happen to somebody or something?
I don't want to talk about it.
Uh-oh.
Would you rather be shushed by an entire restaurant or fall into the lobster tank at Red Lobster?
Imagine you were shushed because you fell into the lobster tank.
Would you keep it down?
Oh, that's funny.
There has to be a story behind this. What's the? Where's that question?
There's no story. I just think it's ridiculous. Okay, so I may or may not have helped one of our kids over the lobster tank. I was kidding.
Whoosh.
Someone's had to fall in that lobster tank before.
I imagine someone has.
Somebody
I don't
had
know.
to by now.
I don't know. Honestly, for some of these, and this was one that I had, this was a question that I found, found, half made. I kind of Frankenstein two questions together. But the last time we did a show, it was just one that we didn't get to. And then last week we canceled. So this was one from 3 weeks ago that I don't remember much about, but I had read two different Would You Rathers, and I just kind of Frankenstein the funnier one of both together. So, Zars?
Captain!
Are they frozen? I think they're frozen.
I think they are.
Frozen in time.
Or they're holding really still.
Yep, they're frozen.
Yeah, when I clicked on their picture, it just turned black.
Bird.
Oh, okay. I was thinking that would be something he would do, though. That'd be really clever. He's like, all right, honey, hold really still.
I know.
I know, that's what I thought. Like, they are committing.
They are really going for this.
And if anyone was going to,
It would be
It would
them.
be them.
it'd be them. It might be us. We might do something like that too. But Achilles.
Oh, probably be shushed by the entire restaurant. I do not want to fall in a giant lobster tank. That would not be fun. I mean, maybe I could take one or two of them with me, but no. Well, maybe if I got a free dinner after that because I fell in, then maybe. But if I didn't, then definitely be shushed.
I'm fairly certain they'd probably ask you to leave. If you fell into their lobster tank, they'd be like, sir, you need to go.
Yeah.
My pockets before I leave.
Yeah.
Is that a lobster in your pocket?
Free dinner, right?
Yeah.
How about you, Kyle?
My first question when you were saying it is, why was I in a Red Lobster? Do you enjoy insulting me? The principle, a lobster tank in a non-chain restaurant. I would rather be shushed because I really don't care if people shush me. It's kind of just like, okay.
Buddy. Oh, Captain.
Hello.
What are you doing? Are you falling into a lobster tank, or are you getting shushed by a restaurant?
I'd rather be shushed by a restaurant. It's better to bear the shame than it is to bear the pain.
Wasn't that talking about pooping and farting?
I'm sorry, that's inappropriate conversation.
Are you?
It was a poll, I swear.
Yeah?
Yeah,
It wasn't me, and it probably wasn't me that commented it, but
it
I
was
tell my girl that all the time when in
it was
doubt.
you and your woman. You both said it in the same poll.
No, that wasn't me. That was probably my brother on my account. He's always
Oh,
in.
shut your face. I'm gonna
Uh,
show you right now. I will not be. Ugh.
Yeah,
Right.
that wasn't me.
It was.
No,
Yeah.
I said no.
How about you? Are you?
I'm going with the shush as well. I don't have much use for being clawed at by crustaceans, so I'll go with the shush.
It's kind of like a claw machine where, like, however many latch onto you, you get to take with you. Because if I would just lay in there for a while and be like free lobsters for life,
Right?
or at least a week.
I mean, that'd be a lot of lobsters for life.
Yeah.
Do you know in what was that in 19th century France? They refused to feed lobster to their prisoners because it was cruel and unusual.
wow.
See?
I am not surprised by that.
Well, it's also interesting to think that now everybody cherishes brown bread, but back in that time, if you were eating white bread, you were considered a sign of upper class. So, yeah, everything seems to kind of turn around.
Well, and being tan back in the day was also really bad because that meant you were working out in the fields, and now everybody's like, let me go lay in a tanner!
Right? It's weird. Weird.
Just saying. And everybody answer?
Yeah.
Cameron answer?
Yeah, Cameron right away said shushed.
Yeah.
It took him like a half a second.
He's no friend of lobster.
Hey, but you know what though? On the other side, a lot of they like tie up the claws or pincers, whatever you want to call them, together, so they couldn't actually hurt you.
True.
So that if you just wanted to go for a swim, the lobsters aren't going to hurt you. Maybe that's what you want to do.
I'm gonna say I think I've been to Red Lobster maybe twice ever and have been really, really underwhelmed.
Yeah.
Maybe disappointed enough to be. And
Did you not hear my snobbiness?
I did. No, but and I agree with you. It's I feel like for a seafood place, the seafood should have been, and maybe I just had bad experiences, but
Well, anything other than if you get a steamed whole lobster is frozen before you get it.
yeah.
It's inherently going to taste like crap.
Aren't Red Lobster and Olive Garden owned by the same company?
I don't think so anymore. They were both owned at one point by Darden Restaurant Groups, but both Olive Garden and Red Lobster were struggling. So, best of my recollection, they sold one.
How about this? In his will, a man leaves your charitable organization a substantial bequest, but fails to provide for his sick widow. The whole estate is needed to support the widow. Do you fight to keep the bequest? Start with.
How do
are
I
you?
know this?
I didn't hear the whole question. Can you say it one more time?
Okay. This dude dies, and you have a charitable organization the dude has set up to leave to leave you a substantial sum. But he doesn't provide for his sick widow. He doesn't, set up for that. The entire estate is needed to be able to provide for the sick widow. Do you fight to keep the sum that was set out for you?
No. No, I mean, I guess as a charitable organization, my initial instinct is if I'm going to have to fight for the money with a widow, I just don't have the heart for that, so I'm gonna let it go. Which is really easy to say since I don't actually have that issue.
Well, I was gonna say, I think the flip to it is that it's your charitable organization, that it's not you personally, and that the money's not for you personally. It's for whatever cause that you
Right.
need enough to have.
How much money is it?
A lot. I don't know. A lot is all I had, but pick up a Captain. Why don't you pick a number?
What?
Pick a number. What's a lot of money?
What am I, the banker? A lot of money to a nonprofit. Making an even million.
Okay, there you go.
Well, I want to know how you found out that this widow has nothing. Did she just, she's like, I have nothing now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's a little shady. Yeah, this whole thing's getting shadier by the second.
I know, right?
They have an unknown amount of money to a widow who doesn't have anything. And my charitable organization is meth. So yeah, it's kind of weird.
She contacted you and said, hey, he didn't leave me any money. Or somebody contacted you on her behalf, whatever.
Okay. All right.
Well, she's dead, so.
She's what?
I said she's going to die.
What?
She's sick. I mean...
That's my point, is that she's going to die. I'm not giving her money, she's one person. That $1 million will go far further for many other people.
Maybe.
Oh, you have to... Seriously, that $1 million could provide, I don't know, water to a family, which is presumably more than one person for their lives, clean water, and maybe that's all they need to survive. So I can figure out something.
Well, actually, we know that it takes $3,200 to provide, what was it, a family or a village?
Village.
A village with clean water for 10 years. So, I mean...
How large is this village?
I don't know.
Yeah, what continent is it, in Africa?
Yeah.
Was it Ethiopia?
No, it's Rwanda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rwanda.
Okay, now we're getting too detailed.
Anyway, I'm just saying that yes, Kyle, $1 million could provide a lot of people with clean water.
Yeah, we're doing a lot more than one family for their lifetime. It's like...
Oh, yeah, I know. I was just using it as a generic example. Thanks, Julie.
You're welcome.
Which, by the way, how ridiculous is that? So, go ahead. Cameron.
Yeah, I don't think I'd make a widow go through long legal battles for. No, I'd let it go and give her the money, whatever.
Can we go like halvesies? Well, I mean, then she'd still be taken care of, and a large sum of people would still be taken, care of as well. Or is it like all or nothing?
All or nothing.
Oh.
So you can't split it? You can't donate half and give her half?
For the sake of the question, she needs all of it.
She what?
She needs all of it to be able to, whatever. She needs all of it. Half of it won't cut it for her.
It sucks
And
to be
she's
her.
not going to come up with another 500,000, so half of it's essentially to her is none.
This whole conversation reminds me of Bleak House and John Dice, the whole court case thing. I don't know if you've ever read that, but it's kind of like that. How much is left over and who should get it, and interesting. And there's my literary nerdness for the night.
Huh. I don't know. you gonna?
How about you, Zach?
How long does this chick have to live?
I don't know.
What?
I don't know. You don't know.
I know. Not long.
I would say she's SOL, man. I would get rid of it. That's just tough.
How about you, Achilles?
I'd let her decide. If she wants to donate $1 million on her behalf, she can do it. She wants $1 million for herself, she can do it. Basically, it's her money. That's what I'm doing.
Maybe.
Hmm.
Interesting.
That is a nice response.
Yeah. How are you doing?
I had the initial same thought of Kyle. I'll be completely honest. That was my first thought. Was just think of, and it was even water too. Just think of how much good you could do with that kind of money or something.
I mean, that was my general thought, and I just used water as an example.
Water was actually the specific thought in my head, and yeah, and knowing that value offhand, like knowing that cost offhand, $1 million was gonna go so very far that it was like that it was harder to justify. Plus, there's a part of me that thinks that maybe there's a reason. I don't know. Maybe there's not though. Still, I think I might have to go with the charity, but it's a tough call. How about this one? As a reporter, you interview a prominent politician who's a serious contender for the presidency. After the interview, you realize you've left your keys in his hotel suite. When you go back up, you notice his now naked personal assistant trying to hide behind the couch. Do you report any of this?
Is the opposite sex person or is it the same sex? And how much money do they have on them?
Wow. As the couple who just got on about water around the world and the higher good, how much money does this man have on him?
That's a legitimate question. I'm donating it.
Sure. My altruism only goes so far.
Come on, that's just an opportunity. But those are my questions. Assistant, the same sex, different sex. 2, how much cash do they have on them?
Is the candidate married or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But okay.
Am I attracted to the personal assistant?
Ooh. Is it Ted Cruz? Because if it is, I'm going right to the paper.
No,
Is it Hillary Clinton hiding behind the couch? Because that would be awesome. That would be awesome.
I
Who's
did
that
say
back there?
serious contender.
Hillary Clinton. Who would have thought?
What kind of gate would that become? Hillary Clinton and Ted Cruz.
Oh, that'd be
Let's think about this.
No, let's not.
Clues Gate. That's why she had to get rid of the emails.
Oh, Teddy.
Nope.
Oh, no. Yes, Kyle. You are very attracted to the assistant, Kyle.
What?
I would report them. Is there some reason why we wouldn't?
Yeah, I would extort them if I could.
Well, I tried that, and he told me that they didn't have anything.
I did not tell you
Yeah,
anything.
but it's not just right then. It's like eternal. Especially if they get elected president. Oh,
All the favors that they would owe you.
Oh yeah.
But at that point, you'd have no proof. It would just be
And that's why you
word
take a
against the
picture.
president.
That's why you take a picture.
Yeah, but
Cameron
let's
has
take a selfie
Oh.
with the naked people. Sorry.
Yeah, is there a reason why?
But then at that point, like if you're the candidate and someone takes a picture of the evidence, and then like you make a deal of extortion or blackmail, like that proof of deal would need to be a part of it eternally. I think if they were smart, so not Ted Cruz, I guess, it would. It could only go so far before you had to show that the evidence was deleted.
No.
I think you can hang on to it.
I
I
would
just upload it to the cloud or something and delete it off of my phone because this is 2015. I was told that I'm a dick, so I don't care.
I'm going safety deposit back on that one, Kyle.
Yeah. I'm gonna say you gotta be careful though because people do weird things to try to ensure their success, or you
Yeah,
protect yourself.
Put people in front of subway trains and stuff.
Like yeah,
Yeah,
the Putin style. Oh, I didn't do
better
that.
make sure it's not Frank Underwood.
We'll look into it.
Yeah.
Cameron, what are you doing?
Oh, I gotta go to the cops.
What? There's no cops.
There's nothing illegal about that.
Yeah. You just gotta go to the papers.
You could
Yeah,
sell the
you know.
story to every newspaper ever.
Yeah, I'll do that too.
Oh,
Well, do they have kids?
uh-oh, she's going
No, but
Sally
they're
on that.
about to.
No.
Oh, bitch.
Does this candidate have kids?
Not that they know of.
Alright, yeah. Sorry, lady. It's good to know the truth.
Not that they know of. This is a Republican.
They don't even know. Never mind.
Yeah. Anybody not gonna report the story?
Me?
Really?
Yeah, I just told you.
Yeah.
If realistically I could keep it as a token in my favor, yeah, I probably would.
Yeah, I'm going to agree. I'm not going to report it either. Use it as leverage at a later point in time.
Exactly. I would be appointed to some awesome position that I'm not qualified for, like every other politician.
It beats sleeping to the top, doesn't it, Kyle? You know?
I would never do that. That's crazy.
As you look away.
You would have a literal get out of jail free card.
I was playing that the other day.
I was as well, except it was Dinopoly.
In Dinopoly, what is the boardwalk dinosaur?
Tyrannosaurus.
It wasn't Tyrannosaurus.
Is going to jail being exterminated by meteorites?
It's going extinct.
Wow. How do you get out of jail if you're...
Gotta roll doubles, yo, and quick. Or you gotta pay the $200. I don't know what the boardwalk ones were. A lot of them I didn't honestly recognize, which shames me. Okay, what are you doing?
Achilles.
I'm gonna blackmail the heck out of whoever is running. I don't care what's gonna happen. I'm just gonna blackmail it. I'm gonna put it on the cloud. I'm gonna put it on my phone. I'm gonna get hard copies of it. I don't even care. I just blackmail. Get as far as I can go with that.
Achilles, what's the book behind your head in red? What is that? Something talk. What is that?
Right
no,
there?
other side. No, other side.
Tax talk.
Oh, some light reading. Good stuff.
It's actually a folder, just a binder.
Oh.
Yeah.
At first, I couldn't see the first two letters. I saw the X and I saw the TALK, and I was like, "Whoa, what do we got back here?" Nothing near what I was hoping. Yeah.
Yeah. It's nowhere near as fun as anything else in here.
Actually, that's what he keeps inside that binder because who would look?
Yeah. Right.
That's true. I keep my blackmail in there.
Yeah.
See, and everybody thought I was like so mean and terrible for wanting to know how much cash they had on me.
Nobody thought that. It was just how quickly you said it out loud.
Yeah. You were right there, ready to go. Yeah.
That's how I do things. I'm efficient. Are you extorting people?
I'm totally holding on to it. I really wish that I could say that I wasn't, but
I'd be like the press secretary or whatever.
oh, I don't even know if I. Yeah, I mean, there's a very good chance I just Irene Adler that and sit on it, whatever. But I don't know. I don't know.
All right.
You're in a public building and you badly need to use the bathroom, but it's closed for repairs. Do you venture into the bathroom designated for the opposite sex?
Is it a single bathroom?
No.
I don't care what it is. I'm going in.
I gotta pee.
I don't care.
You gotta
If it's,
go, you gotta
I don't care if it's the family bathroom or the janitor's bathroom. My ass is going in there. I'm very sorry.
For what it's worth, and I can answer this one right away, I'm right there with you, and I can't even tell you, especially with kids. So we've got kids that potty trained really young, and you go into a place with your kid who's like, I have to go pee. And like, you're 2 years old, there's no way you're going to hold this. We are going wherever there's an open door. Sorry, it's either there or in your vending machine. You pick.
Another feeling.
So yeah. Sorry, go ahead. Cameron.
Yeah, if you gotta go, you gotta go.
Achilles?
I'm going in. I don't care. I'm just going in, finding myself an open stall or whatever, and
You don't even need the stall. Just need it.
I don't even need the stall.
Just any 2 square feet. That's all you need.
2 square feet.
I'll try to be civilized, but yeah, if it comes down to it.
If you
Wait,
only
what are our
think
options?
you only make it
Would
to
you
the
go
sink.
in or would you not go in?
What?
What are the options? Would you do it or would you not do it?
Yeah, would you do it or would you go looking for a different one? I guess.
It depends on the urgency. Is it a 1 or is it a 2?
No. It's urgent.
Well, I feel like urgent 1 and urgent 2 are totally different things.
Yeah, urgent 1, you just for guys, all you need is like a tree or like a bush. Or,
Corner.
That is true.
Or a nothing. You open.
Yeah.
And let's be real.
I'm assuming that this question was based on a number 2 urgent, you're sweating situation.
Yeah.
That's what I was assuming. And I thought the question was going to end, do you just go into the broken bathroom anyway and just like, sorry, you know?
Yeah.
So, quick tangent, because this is just funny enough. No, it's okay. So one time we were eating at some Chinese restaurant. This was
Makes sense.
shortly after we had gotten married and before we had kids.
Which was a very small window.
It was.
Yeah. 3 weeks. Cool.
You know. No, I think we had a solid year.
Yeah.
Yeah, a year and a month.
Yeah.
But still,
Anyway.
Beat me.
we went to some Chinese restaurant to eat, and I went into the bathroom, and there's this guy who walks up. You remember this? There's this guy who walks up to the other urinal. Or there were 3, and he walked up, skip one because you skip one.
That's what you do.
And he didn't
Ethics.
notice the out of order sign, and just started going at it. Now, the funny part was that when they said out of order, what they meant was we've disconnected the plumbing from this,
Oh, so it's coming
and
out
the
of the bottom
bottom
hole.
hole just opened straight up. He just stood there and peed on his shoes, and it took him the entire duration to realize it
It's like,
until he was done and almost slipped on it.
something's awry here.
Oh, it was fantastic. I mean, it was really, really funny. Like, you feel for the guy, and at the same time, I don't know. It was pretty intense, and I honestly, the first thought that popped into my head was, I bet you're glad you didn't wear sandals today.
You would have noticed faster.
But it's not like he was gonna stop midway through.
Yeah, you don't do that. No, not unless there's the fire or something. Yeah.
Right.
And even then, you just piss on the fire until you can leave. Really. You don't just stop midstream. That's like crossing streams in Ghostbusters. That's bad juju's. Yeah.
I think once he got started, he was so committed that having noticed earlier would have been worse.
Mm-hmm.
Must be different for guys and girls.
It must be.
There's a lot of things that are, Julie. A lot of things.
No way!
I know. This is something you can discuss with Gayton later if you'd like.
Everyone. Oh yeah, Kyle. Will you be using the bathroom designated for the opposite sex, being that yours is closed?
I guess.
Okay. I like this one. Your neighbors invite you and your spouse to their house to watch a movie in their new home theater system. They duck out to make some popcorn and such, but ask you to start up the movie and get to the play menu. When you start it up, it turns out to be a video of their wedding night. What do you do? Start with Czar.
So I put the DVD in, and I get to the menu, and I realize it's their wedding night.
The DVD's already in, but yeah.
Okay. What do I do? What do I do when they're making popcorn?
Yeah.
I would just tell them just to put a little extra salt on the popcorn, and then I would sit back.
Oh my gosh. Did Josh? No, he's moving.
Who's next? You're next.
Depends on who is this? Our neighbor? Or what'd you say?
Our neighbor. Yeah. It is neighbors.
It's the neighbor. I'd probably just walk into the room and say, is this the movie you wanted to watch? And then have them venture in there and see what they did. Because that's just awkward. I don't want to see that. I don't know them that way.
Very noble of you. Very noble of you.
Well, that's their wedding night, and maybe they're really awkward with each other.
Yeah, but it's their mistake. It's their fault. They gave you the DVD to put in. You should be a little more careful next time. What I'm more concerned about is that they don't put too much butter on my popcorn. I mean, that's my main concern at this point. You know, whatever they want to watch is irrelevant.
I mean, then again, they did have it in their player, in their home theater system.
So maybe it wasn't awkward.
There you go.
It could have been.
I guess what's equally as
Maybe
important
they were just playing Monopoly.
What's equally as important is what they wanted to do while they're watching it with the popcorn in hand.
Eat the popcorn?
No, it's
Why is
they're
there a hot
inviting you to
dog
watch the video. It's like what's going to transpire from that.
One thing is clear, that Czar is very, very concerned about the popcorn.
Bad popcorn can ruin the entire experience.
It really can. If you get stale popcorn and it has too many little kernels in there, yeah.
Exactly right. We've all been down that road.
We have. It's a dark road.
It's that cheddar crap that's garbage. That really bothers me. Like, even if it was like full blown, like, all right, let's watch our wedding night, like, this is fine or whatever, I'd be like, do not put that cheddar spreading on my popcorn.
You're right, right?
Yeah, I would probably get up and leave. It's,
Yeah.
it's,
I mean, like,
great.
Dad, you have great style, but I'm out. Yeah.
Thank you.
How about you, Achilles?
I don't know. I'd probably ask if this was the right movie, and if they said yes, I'd probably watch it for like 10 minutes and then have my phone buzz and be like, "Oh, sorry, my sister has been in an accident," or something like that, and then just leave.
And go run over your sister. Yes.
No, definitely no.
To justify the accident, that is.
Oh man, Kyle.
I actually used that same excuse to get out of an honor society meeting, so glad we have good stamps. So we're assuming that this is them having sex on the wedding night.
I don't
Or
know
is
what
it just
to
me?
do on their wedding nights.
Yeah.
Um, okay. Do I find them attractive? That's an important question. If I do, I might just take the DVD and save it for later.
He pockets the DVD. Dude, there's no disc in here.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't care unless if I thought they were repulsive. So, yeah, and you never know where it might lead. So, yeah.
Cameron. How about you, Cameron?
So they never said what movie we're supposed to be watching.
No.
So
You
they.
don't know if this is intentional.
Jurassic Park.
So is that like the only DVD in the whole room, or can I like find another movie real quick?
They're all home films, volume 1 through 19.
It was a busy night.
I mean, if their wedding night is what I thought it was at first, which is just them having sex.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't want to watch that. Just so I'd find an excuse to leave, unless if the popcorn was really good.
Yeah, I'm not alone in this.
Awesome.
That'd be a really funny prank, though.
It would.
Clearly not a video of ourselves, but invite your unsuspecting neighbor over, or just like a new made friend, and be like, "See what they do."
That would be really funny.
In reality, it's just the title page. But once you click play, it's like Bambi or something.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I have two stories that kind of relate to this. If everybody's okay with me sharing those.
What?
Well, the first story, when I was in the Navy, we were on a 6-month deployment into the Mediterranean, and one of my best friend decided he was going to film several segments of our trip, right? And one of those, and so every time he'd turn on the camera, he was like, "All right, everybody, nobody swears, nobody, 'cause this is for my in-laws, right?" And so every time they turned the camera on, we were all like really good sailors and doing everything. Well, one day we were down by where the sleeping area is, and he was by where he sleeps, and he's filming, and everybody being nice and going back and forth, and this is where I sleep, and blah blah blah. And he went to hit the record button to stop, and but he didn't, and so he thought he did, and he stopped, and so he puts the camera down, and he goes, "And where I jerk off," right? So now fast forward 6 months, and it's the holiday period. He's in Texas at his in-laws' house. And he throws the old tape in, so that everybody's sitting around. It's Christmas time. The whole family, cousins, everybody is sitting there. And he's standing by the VCR, and he's like, "Oh, let me show you this." And hey, this is where we all sleep, right?
Quick pause for people that are a little younger. VCR is what DVDs.
Oh, good point.
Used to be.
Essentially, yeah.
And DVDs are what
Yeah, right.
Go ahead.
Very good point. Anyway, so he got to that point, and he saw that his hand dropped, but everybody was still talking, and he hit pause right about the same time that he said, "And where and he went and starts fast forwarding, and his wife's eyes, everybody kind of paused and coughed and pretended like they didn't see anything. Yeah, so it was a pretty classic moment for him.
That's well done.
Well done indeed. What's your second story?
Oh, the second one was it wasn't in-laws or whatever, but whenever Porky's Revenge came out, the movie was around the same time Kenny Rogers' The Gambler came out, I think. And my stepmom went to take me to The Gambler, but we went into the wrong theater, and so we're sitting there, and the movie starts, and the very opening scene of Porky's Revenge is highly inappropriate for a 6-year-old. And so we're sitting there, and she actually literally she squealed, ah, right, and she jumped up because we were not watching Kenny Rogers. We were watching a bunch of kids in a locker room looking through a peephole at a bunch of naked women. And so it was a very awkward moment for me, for her, and we quickly left the theater and went to the correct film. Yes, so that was another awkward moment.
Very nice.
Oh, man. What?
I think that's the end, right?
I think so. Are you gonna?
Oh yeah, we should do another question.
Why don't we do? Aren't there a couple of questions in that poll that you had posted?
Yeah, let me look.
I mean, they're more serious, but
that's okay.
one that I'm actually curious about, despite the fact that I hate discussing it, is what people think regarding banning or just temporary suspensions.
Well, we weren't planning on getting into that tonight, but
We don't have to.
I was just gonna say Nema did reach out to us off app, and he said that he is not gonna try to get around the whatever, and that he wishes everybody well, and he knows what he was doing was crossing a line, and that he is very apologetic and that he is sorry. So, to those who he offended on the app, he is sorry. He is not going to try to come back, though. Obviously, he's got a lot going on with his twins coming, so he did just want to offer up that he is sorry, and whatever other people are doing to try to get around their bans and stuff is childish. So that is from our friendly nemesis, but so he's gonna try to keep people, who care, updated about the family situation. But other than that, he wishes everybody well.
You said he would legitimately stay off. That he worked something out so that what's her name? Grumpy Face can stay on, which was an issue with IP banning. So it sounds like it's a pretty legit cutting of ties. As far as the other, I certainly can't speak for him.
Good.
That's all we know.
That's as much as I know.
So.
Andy.
Were there questions? Other questions?
Oh, there was one. Sorry, so on my phone the app crashes quite a bit, and when I go to
Do you have Android? Do you have the Android version of the app?
I do.
Yeah, I do.
Oh yeah, all right. If your son or daughter wanted to become the opposite sex, or preteen, as he or she said to you, they felt different. Okay, so your son or daughter tells you that they feel different and they want to become the opposite sex. They're serious about it and they're a preteen. Do you treat it like it's nothing because of the age, or do you support it 100%? From Christian 1459, in case anyone's wondering.
Well, I wouldn't dismiss them. I wouldn't, like, I don't think that I would wholeheartedly just be like, all right then, if it was a girl, I would, I wouldn't say, well, let's cut off all your hair and get you a bunch of guy clothes and, get you all these things that are typically what males would do. I would obviously try to keep an open line of communication with them about that, but I think it's making them feel comfortable so that they can continue to come talk to you about something like that. Because if you shut them out and you tell them, no, that's stupid, you don't know anything about yourself because you're a preteen, that's just going to cause them to do something even maybe more drastic than they would have done otherwise. And, I mean, obviously they already feel different in some capacity, so to be alienated around the people that are supposed to support you the most would be, I think, more devastating. So I would definitely not dismiss whatever they had to say, but I would give it a little room to breathe, I guess.
What she said. I mean, I can't add to that.
It's the same answer that I give when Just Bob polls some of those questions about whether it be his daughter or somebody else's daughter, I'm not sure, but when she wants to do things that aren't necessarily in line with his own political views or ideological views, one of the most important things you can do is support them, let them know what you think, but support them in their own exploration as long as they're safe and in a controlled environment that they're not going to get hurt. Then letting them discover these things is going to be better than blocking their minds, because you're only going to come up against resistance, as I think we can all have probably experienced at some point with our own parents. So.
Yeah, I agree. Between the both of those answers, that's pretty tough to follow. I mean, I can tell you what. Yeah, I can tell you what I wouldn't do. I wouldn't dismiss it completely, but I also wouldn't jump head first into it also. But you guys pretty much summarized it, right there. I would keep an open mind and whatnot. But I think you guys said it all. Like I said, that's a tough answer to follow. So times 2.
Is anyone throwing anything else on that?
I mean, I'd basically be repeating what y'all said. I mean, it's the same thing. So.
Who said y'all?
You just said y'all.
Yeah, I say y'all too.
Oh man.
I can tell you Southerners crack me up.
How else would you say you all? You
Y'all.
guys?
It's just y'all. It's easy.
Use guys is somewhere else in the middle.
That's making my ears bleed over here.
That's gonna be a T. Laney poll one of these days. Which of these is worse, y'all or use guys?
That would be a great day.
Oh, yeah. I think were those the only questions that I saw?
Those were the only ones I saw. I don't know.
Kyle, did you see any other questions on the poll?
Nope.
That need to be addressed? Austin, SOH, I hope that you figured out if it's a YouTube live stream or Google+. It is both on the bottom. We hope that you watched and enjoyed.
I don't know. Hey, Vic, I don't know. I sent you guys a YouTube video. We were talking about the your incident with the Chinese food restroom.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have the power to present a YouTube video over the stream, but there's a video that's pretty funny. That's right in line with what you were talking about.
We can probably post a link in the
There's a
folder.
way to do that, I know, and I bet Kyle would be the guy to ask.
Just open the YouTube app.
We're not.
If it's not over on the left,
I'm in.
if you go all the way to the left of whichever the screen that your video is on, if it's not on the selection, go to the 3 dots and then go to Add Apps, and then click YouTube.
Oh, all right.
Ah, fancy. I actually like when people give you directions and you're like, yeah, I actually see that. I hate when they're like, you go here and you just look for this. I'm like, you don't see anything. Okay.
All right. All right, so now I just need to find that link.
What can you...
Just copy the link and paste it in the search bar for YouTube because the YouTube app is very temperamental.
Okay.
Josh, what did you Google search? Or YouTube something. Never mind.
Did you find it?
Yeah, you're making it go. Where do we search on this thingamawop?
Click Add Videos to Playlist, and then it'll say Search or Paste Video URL.
Yeah.
Cool.
The people who don't have the YouTube app open hear it or hear it.
Because that's how these things go.
What? No. No.
Okay, so apparently the people watching can see it. Did you go to the control panel to present it to everyone? I actually,
Oh, that was horrible.
but yeah, regardless, that was.
Couldn't someone just do screen share of it?
I guess technically.
We'll post the link in the poll, Cameron,
Yeah.
so that you can click on it then that way if you want to watch it later.
Yeah, screen sharing doesn't it doesn't present the sound to people. It just you can see whatever's on that individual screen.
Oh, okay.
I'll do it.
So someone that was watching that. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh. That was horrible.
Yeah.
Outside?
Yeah.
Why?
Because of those huge music festivals, those 3-day numbers, there's just not enough restrooms to go around, and so for the dudes, they set those up.
You ever notice how we never ever have to wait in line? Despite there being like 40,000 people outside.
You see this face? That's yuck. No. No. No.
I think on that note. Oh no. What are you doing?
I didn't do nothing.
Ah. Alright. On that note, let's call it. And we'll stop the broadcast. Thank you, everyone, for being on. We'll see, hopefully, all of you again at some point. This is really cool. And unless anyone has anything else they'd like to say.
Don't wash your hands in urinals. That is your PSA for today. And don't try to fish in lobster tanks.
The takeaway messages tonight.
Yep.
All right. Cool. Well, thank you very much. And we'll say that's it.